Have you ever had a dream that you
Everyone in the comments, relax. It's just a joke. You know that kid is just trying to stay up a little longer past bedtime anyways. We've all been there. Mom, I love you. Mom, can I have some water? It is Tuesday, and before we get into hot takes, I have some very heavy news to talk about. A very special First Lady has breast cancer, and a famous TikToker died in a fiery car crash. Did you know that in the famous Roe v. Wade case, there wasn't even an abortion? Pitbull tells off people who hate America. Can someone else say, Dolly? I'm AlexClark, and this is POPlitics. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' wife, Casey DeSantis, has been diagnosed with breast cancer. The governor shared a heartfelt message about his wife with Fox News, stating, "I am saddened to report that Florida's esteemed First Lady and my beloved wife has been diagnosed with breast cancer." He went on to say that as the mother of 3 young children, Casey is the centerpiece of our family and has made an impact on the lives of countless Floridians through her initiatives as First Lady. As she faces the most difficult test of her life, she will not only have my unwavering support, but the support of our entire family, as well as the prayers and well wishes from Floridians across our state. Casey is a true fighter, and she will never, never, never give up. Casey is only 41 years old, and she and her husband have 3 beautiful children together. And already during her husband's first term, Casey has dedicated so much of her time and care to the state of Florida. If you're unfamiliar with her personally, I'd encourage you to look her up. Her life has been filled with so many achievements already, from her roles as wife, mother, and First Lady of Florida to winning an Emmy and having a successful athletic career. I'm impressed. She is the perfect example that women can really do it all. My heart and prayers go to Casey and the entire DeSantis family during this time. I know that so many Americans will be praying for her to have a speedy recovery.
Whatever you need, just get better.
October 1st also happens to be the start of Breast Cancer Awareness. It's a month-long yearly campaign where people all over the country come together to bring light to this disease, which affects so many women. I think we all know someone who has gone through breast cancer, or maybe one of you has gone through it yourself, or you're going through it now. If that's you, please know that you are in our thoughts and prayers here at POPlitics.
I love you, Ricky.
I love you, The Flash.
A famous Hispanic TikToker with more than 2 million followers named Gabe Not Babe died in a fiery car crash over the weekend. Gabriel Salazar was only 19 when his car flipped and burst into flames in Texas, about 50 miles from the Mexican border. He was a really cute kid, too.
The next thing I know, Sarah took me to the bathroom.
Here's what's wild. This 19-year-old was a coyote. He had gone to the border to pick up 3 adult male illegal immigrants, and when officers tried to pull him over, he started a high-speed chase with the police. Officers tried to use a tire deflation device, but it unfortunately didn't work, and Gabe kept driving, then left the highway, drove into a grassy area, and crashed into multiple trees. That's when the car rolled over several times before coming to a standstill on its roof and then totally caught on fire. Firefighters tried to put the fire out, but there was also a ruptured gas tank that kept adding more fuel to the flames. This is completely tragic, but also play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Don't participate in unsafe criminal activities and expect everything to go smoothly at all. Who knows what led him to believe that doing this was somehow the right thing to do, but it sadly cost him his life.
Really serious, insane, illegal shit.
Did you know that in the famous Roe v. Wade court case that legalized abortion, a baby wasn't even aborted? You probably didn't, since the left and culture convolutes anything and everything surrounding the topic of abortion.
How did I not know this?
Jane Roe, also known as Norma McCorvey, wanted an abortion in the state of Texas, but by the time she had won the case, the baby had already been born. She gave that baby up for adoption, and now we know that baby's name is Shelley Lynn Thornton. Last night, she spoke on ABC News to give her first ever public interview.
Your mere conception brought about arguably the most controversial Supreme Court ruling in history.
Shelley is a married mother of 3 now and says her views on abortion are complex. She said, "I don't understand why it's a government concern," but also said that when she got pregnant at 20, she decided abortion was not part of who she was. She said, "My association with Roe started and ended because I was conceived." This is one of Norma McCorvey's other daughters speaking about the case.
When you think about Roe versus Wade,
people don't think about who Roe is, and your mom never had an abortion.
She never had an abortion. Mm-mm. No, she had Shelley before the abortion law passed. Yeah, quite a bit before, I think. And they didn't even call her. Mom didn't even know that the abortion law had passed. They didn't even include her on any of that. So she wasn't involved in hardly any. They didn't want her to be. They said she really wasn't the type of person that they needed, even though they used her case.
That she didn't present well.
She didn't present well.
She was kind of a rough-talking, rough-living.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it interesting that Norma wasn't considered the type of person to be the face of the landmark case? Like, what were they looking for? Someone prettier? Or did she not look like the Lena Dunham, Busy Phillips B-list celebrity type? I don't know who in their right mind would ever want to be the right face for a case like this, but I can say that her lack of involvement is yet another indicator that this has never, ever been about helping women. It's always been about degrading and destroying life. Shelley says that she will always keep her opinion on abortion close to her chest so she doesn't get used by either side. Do you think she's actually pro-life or pro-choice?
Did somebody just say abortion?
Dale! Pitbull is back at it again, calling out America critics during one of his concerts.
If you don't like the United States of America, go back to the countries that we the from, and you'll see how much you appreciate the United States of America.
We stan a based, bald man. And this isn't even about him telling people to think like him, but encouraging people to be grateful for all that they have in the freest nation in the world is so refreshing, especially since celebrities are always complaining. He knows he's got it good here and that we've all got it real good here. Respect.
Bada bing, bada boom, Mr. Worldwide as I step in the room.
Also, speaking of concerts, tickets are now on sale for AmericaFest. It's taking place this December here in Phoenix, Arizona for 3 days. It'll have some of the biggest speakers in the conservative movement plus concerts. This is gonna be Turning Point USA's biggest event by far, even bigger than SAS, if you can believe it. And this is for all ages. Families, students, adults, absolutely everyone. You do not wanna miss it. I can't think of a better way to end 2021 than this rockin' party with some rockin' bodies and the best people ever. I'll be there. You can buy tickets at tpusa.com/AmericaFest. Model Emily Ratajkowski says that Robin Thicke grabbed her bare breast during the music video shoot for the hit Blurred Lines in 2013. Emily says that on set, Robin grabbed her from behind and acted extremely drunk. The director even saw it and called him out for it in the moment. Robin hasn't responded to any comments yet. Unpopular opinion, I have always hated this song. It is just bad vibes all around. I feel like Robin probably hates it too because he has been in court over that song since it came out. Either people thought the song was about non-consensual sex or it caused legal problems because Marvin Gaye's estate said it ripped off one of his songs. What song ended up being a massive chart-topping hit that you hated? Here's another one, Call Me Maybe.
That is blasphemous.
It is time for extra spicy stories that you need to know to get you through the week. Time for some hot takes, people.
Hot Take Tuesday.
After 50 years of running the 700 Club, Pat Robertson has stepped down. Do you even know this show? I know it because my mom loved it. I genuinely cannot believe this guy hosted this as long as he did. The only Robertson I like, though, is Phil Robertson.
And you wonder why 110 million of us have a sexually transmitted disease.
Colin Jost and Scarlett Johansson named their son Cosmo, and I guess Colin's mom hated the name. I don't blame her.
Let's go again! Let's go again!
He said, my mom, I would say, was slightly thrown by it and didn't quite understand it. I don't know if she thought it was kind of like a hippie thing.
Shut up, hippie! You stink! Go take a shower!
What name do you love that all of your friends and family hate? I kind of like the name Lavender. Nobody else does.
They're gonna name their baby 7.
A very pregnant Jennifer Lawrence teamed up with Amy Schumer at the Women's March a few days ago. The headline should have just said, famous actress with a baby inside her goes to a rally to fight for other women's rights to kill their babies.
Just a sick world we're living in, sick people.
Speaking of the Women's March, it's so dangerous for pro-life women out there that Students for Life is going to have to hire security, not only for when they're in DC, but for every city they go to now. The good news is Kristen Hawkins, the president of Students for Life, told me that they changed a lot of lives while they were there. Some pregnant moms were served and 2 babies were saved. Yes! We are still hiring a social media admin for POPlitics. Just go to tpusa.com/careers. If you're willing to live in Phoenix, have experience managing a brand on social media, love graphic design, and are familiar with Photoshop, you should apply. If you want long-form content from me, you're just like, I just wish POPlitics was longer. Guess what? Subscribe to The Spillover on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, where I do a jaw-dropping new interview every week. Please go leave a 5-star review, even if you have before. Tap the heart on this episode. Tell me if you think Jane Roe's daughter is pro-life or pro-choice, and then tell me the name of a song that everyone loved that you hated. DM this episode to one friend, probably a mom-servative, who will relate to that first video. Last but not least, tap the save button. We're back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. It's pop culture without the propaganda every single day. I'm AlexClark, and this is POPlitics. Support POPlitics, the first ever conservative pop culture daily show, by subscribing to our channel, turning on notifications, and of course, hitting the thumbs up. Also, our main home is on Instagram. Seriously, just trust me, that's where the real magic happens. Follow us there at POPlitics.